Welcome back this morning. We continue our conversations with the candidates.
The state's second largest city, Gulfport, is choosing its new mayor June 3rd. Today, the Democrat in this race and former state representative Sonya Williams-Barnes joins us. Thanks for stopping by. And Sonya, you were in the House of Representatives for about a decade. You had stepped away a few years ago. How does your experience there in the House, what could that bring to the mayor's seat in Gulfport?
Well, as you mentioned, I was a member of the Mississippi legislature for over a decade. I have relationships that are very strong in the state legislature still. And during that time, I was able to bring monies to Gulfport. Monies to help with flooding, infrastructure for some of our communities have some flood issues that I was able to bring over $3 million to support rectifying those issues, as well as economic development monies from the state legislature.
Yeah, and building relationships at that level is paramount, especially when you're running for office and perhaps being the next mayor of the city. Right now, it feels like there's a good base for what's happening in Gulfport. How do you feel like, hey, I can take this a little bit further or much further?
Well, one thing about Gulfport has always been home to me. Regardless of where I lived, Gulfport was home. And so I take that experience as well as the experience when I worked on Capitol Hill to incorporate that to make me a stronger candidate to bring resources to our city. And because of those relationships, I think that's important.
What are the biggest issues facing Gulfport right now? This is a time where Mayor Billy Hughes is deciding not to run, so it's an open seat. Why did you feel like this was a time to run, and what are the most important issues to you?
Well, now is an important time to run because Gulfport's at a crossroads. So people have a choice. Our citizens have a choice, and it's very good that they have a choice, that they've been very engaged in getting out to vote, as you saw in the primary. And so one of my top priorities is crime and dealing with gun violence in our city. And I think it is very important that we have, in fact, I know that it is very important that we have law enforcement officers that are experienced, ones that are paid more, and we need to increase the size of our law enforcement. We have it's very important for us to have competitive salaries for law enforcement in our city.
Yeah, that's been a deal for a lot of cities trying to get more officers in. As far as economic development goes, there's been a lot of growth. What do you see as potential growth areas if you were mayor down the road as far as Gulfport's concerned?
And so I think economic development should be all across the city, not just in certain spots. And in one way, in order to have economic development, it is important that we make developers welcoming. That we welcome developers to our city. So we can't have these barriers in permitting and different ways that we have been in the past having barriers for developers. It's important that we receive business and say we're open to business and that we're ready for business. And so I foresee small areas throughout every ward in our city having development.
Yeah, we do see those areas of attention or downtown around Highway 49 and the interstate. What are some areas that you feel like are some promise areas where you feel like there's an opportunity there to grow?
And so Gulfport is such a unique city, and it's one that has all the things that a mayor would want. We have an airport, we have a port, we have train, we'll have Amtrak stopping there soon. And so those are things that are exciting for a city that is growing. And so I foresee Gulfport being like a savanna, one where we have pockets of development in every ward, that we have walkable areas where there are businesses and restaurants where families can come out, walk out of their homes into areas, green space, where their families can collab and be neighbors.
Absolutely. So the election's coming up. What are some of the things right offhand that you feel are different from your opponent heading into the election? Because we're about a month away, or less than that, actually. So what are some of the things, hey, this is what I can bring to the table, that type of thing? So
I come with experience. I come with the 10 years at the Mississippi legislature, actually a little over 10 years. I come with that experience, and I also come with a track record. You don't have to guess with me. And I will tell you that it will not be business as usual. We will not be stifled like some areas in Gulfport have been. We will continue to work through all wards of Gulfport, and I will include people. Because of my past experience, my current relationship with community, it is important that we layer people with policy, and that makes good government.
So connecting people with individuals in the government, that also includes police. You mentioned a priority there to improve salaries for police, but what can be done, you feel like, to improve relations between police and the citizens? This was several years ago. The city of Gulfport talked about having initiatives where police would interact with kids and this kind of things. Where do you feel like that could go?
I think it can go many places and great places, but what you have to do is have all the right people at the table at the right time. You have to include those that are impacted. You have to include law enforcement. Citizens see things that happen in our city way more than any law enforcement person can. And so it's going to take citizens working together in order to get crime down. And so I plan to merge, I'm a bridger, and so I plan to merge the two.
We've seen downtown have a renaissance and some other areas all along the Highway 49 corridor. But there's some areas it's like, hey, there could be something, that type of thing. And you kind of asked this before, but are there areas, especially along that main corridor, you're thinking, hey, that's prime to move or that's prime to explode, that type of thing?
Well, I can tell you, Gulfport, again, is so rich. We have so much potential, and we just have to tap into it. We have to be very visionary. We have to have vision, and we have to have a plan. And so downtown Gulfport, I want to see it booming like many of the other cities across the coast. You know, when you see some of the other cities, they have a great nightlife. They have, you know, a lot of people interacting and moving around. We want that same thing for Gulfport, and Gulfport can do that.
And this is probably going to be the last question here, the missing piece for Gulfport right now, what is it? If there is any missing pieces that you would like to.
So I think what has been the missing piece is layering people. The residents of Gulfport, their voices need to be heard. They need to be a part of the vision. They need to be part of the plan. And when they come in and be part of the plan, you get the support, the long-time support. And that's what I plan to do.
Sonya Williams-Barnes, thank you so much for sharing time with us, getting your message out. And down the road, we're going to have Republican Hugh Keating on the show in a couple of weeks as we get closer to the election coming up, not too far away, Hugh.
That's right. It is the first Tuesday in June. Sonya Williams-Barnes, thanks for joining us.